What? Jennifer Guilbeault, riding in Shoel Mahmoud's car, when out of nowhere, she appears to snap, lunging at the Uber driver, dousing him with pepper spray. Shoel picked up Jennifer and a friend on West 46th Street, but when they got to 65th and Lex, things quickly went south early Wednesday morning. What? Shoel insists he hadn't said a word to the ladies. The other passenger appears just as stunned.
Jen, what?
Repeatedly asking her friend why she was doing this, Jennifer would only say,
"Get him out."
Get him out. In the first few seconds, Shoel tells me he tried to get out, but his seatbelt was on. Police did arrest Jennifer. She's charged with assault and now has a lawyer who at this point is not commenting.
Justice has been served.
Okay, so apparently she was charged back in October, well, about a year ago now, almost a little under a year ago, coming up on it, with second degree and third degree assault as a hate crime, right? Accused of pepper spraying a man in the face as he was praying in Arabic on July the 31st. Now, if we go to this year, the headline is in April of 2025, former PR agency employee pleads guilty to misdemeanor harassment after Uber driver attack. So basically, I don't think the DA thought that, well, they tried to give her a felony, right? And I don't think they had enough evidence for that. I didn't hear enough, to be honest with you. I didn't hear enough evidence for that on the video. I just think that she said, get him out. The DA and the prosecutors seem to think that she said brown, as in, I don't like brown people. He's Arabic. I don't like him. I didn't hear that. So I don't think I would agree with that charge. But she had to do 100 hours of community service and take a bias training course. So that's a little way for them to kind of force their will on her. I don't, once again, agree with that. But here's the part that I like. Because modern women never like to take accountability for the things that they do and the things that they say. Her attorney says, she had a lot of things going on the night of the incident. Okay. She got terrible news. She got terrible news about her grandmother having terminal cancer. And he said the pressure of that and the anxiety mixed with her being out having a good time with her friend prompted her to act irrationally. Basically, you're drunk. Well, I just got bad news that my grandmother is terminally ill, or she had a terminal cancer. And I just went out and I had a drink. That's fine. You get an Uber, you try to drink your problems away, or at least forget them for a night. I got it. But how does that translate to, I'm so distraught, I'm so mad, I'm going to pepper spray somebody in the face? Modern women, man, just say I was wrong for what I did and leave it at that.
Outside is only dangerous because of men, which is true. Statistically, violence, men.
That isn't true. Let's get to the root cause of things. Manipulation happens when you focus on the effects and you don't go to the cause. So the root of it is that without a man and you were just here, you would have been eaten by a lion, a tiger, and bear. And guess what? If the lions and tigers and bears didn't get you, you wouldn't have the ability to gather enough calories for you to last. Because a woman can't manipulate the world how a man can. So let me explain to you how a world would operate with only women and only men. When men get together, we know, oh, he's stronger here, he has this skill here, he got this. Let the best person work this skill, and that creates a hierarchy from top down. When a woman get together, what you think about, you're all emotional. So you're tiptoeing all the time and you're looking at the sensitivity levels in this woman and that woman because you know that you are sensitive. So what you do is you start looking at everything in an egalitarian sense to equalize everything. You get two, you get two, you get two, you get two. The men don't operate like that. Did you do enough to get two? If you ain't do enough, you're not getting to. You get zero. Put in that work and then you get that. This is why on the Survival series, men, they was cleaning water fast, building fires fast, because they created that hierarchy. They put the best person in position first. The women, they was trying to do everything equal and by committee, so they couldn't create any order and any structure. The world wouldn't be safer without men. Nature killed more people than any wars and anything you can never imagine. And men, we built infrastructure to protect the woman from nature.
I think modern women have to realize this sitting in a circle stuff is not going to get anything done. You're just sitting there talking. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? There's a time for that. It really is. We can't spend all day long. We got to eat. We got to eat. So it's not going to be perfect, but we got to get something to eat. after we get something to eat, we can think about, okay, how can we do this better? How can we be more efficient? Before y'all even start, before y'all even lay a finger, y'all want to sit up there and talk for things for months and months and months and months. Okay, let's get a quick win first and see what we can do there. Y'all are wasting time. I'm not saying that what you're doing is not important. It's just like y'all tell men, you have to read the room. You have to read the situation. And a lot of modern women don't. They want to sit, twiddle their thumbs, do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. And that's why they end up alone and single. Because they twiddle their thumbs for 10, 15 years. When they get about 35, 40, where are all the good men? Why can't I find a good man? Because you were twiddling your thumbs. You were sitting there trying to plan. I want him to look like this. I want him to do that. I want him to be this. There was a woman talking about a lamp in one of my other videos and how it's harder to date basically as an older woman, because when you go into the store, you're not going to look for just any old rinky-dink lamp. By now, my house throughout the years looks better. So I can't just go get some rinky-dink lamp and put it in there. It's not going to match anything. It's not going to be looking good. I've got to get more out of my lamp. I want more things from my lamp. And my point in that video was, sure, true enough, you can afford some nicer things. But if you don't get everything that you want, you still need a lamp. At the end of the day, you still need, how stupid does it sound? How crazy does it sound? If you go to the furniture store and you say, well, I'm looking for this type of lamp, and the salesman, the saleswoman, then showed you every single piece of furniture, every single lamp in that store, and none of them do. Are you going to go home and be in that house sitting down in the dark, lighting candles? Probably not. You're going to say, this candle will have to do. And whatever candle it is, you'll sit up there and say, you know what? It's not so bad. I can do this with it. I can do that with that. I can do this. I can work it up. I can put it over here. I can dress it up. And all of a sudden, people are coming over to your house and they're saying, man, that candle looks good. But that lamp, it looks good. But the lamp only got that way because you worked on it. You put some time and effort into it. When you strip it down, it's just a regular lamp. It's got a few niceties here and there, maybe one of those charger things in it. It's got nice technology, but it's functional as a lamp. It works. It's good quality. I'll stress that again. It's good quality. It doesn't fall over. It doesn't break when somebody even stares at it. It's good quality, and you built around good quality. A lot of these modern women are leaving good quality men on the freaking table. They're leaving them on the table. Well, they don't qualify. They don't have this. They don't have that. And then when they don't get anything, when they're hungry, when they're tired, one woman said, I'd rather be in a situationship than to be sitting up here alone. I've been alone since I'm 25. I'm 30 something now. I would rather be in a situationship to have all of the toxicity basically come along with it because I don't have nobody. That's your own fault. You had a good quality man. That's what they're doing. Well, we're just looking for the perfect opportunity. What do you think? What do you think? Okay, now that everybody's has an opinion, let's see what we want to do. Okay, let's take hers. Let's do this. And they're trying to weave everything in and get everybody in. We don't have time for that. Let's go get something good. The men done already went out there, got something. It ain't the biggest buck or it ain't the biggest deer, but we gonna eat tonight. It ain't the biggest rabbit. I really don't like raccoon, but we gonna eat tonight. I'm gonna learn to like it. I'm gonna dress it up. I'm gonna put a little seasoning on it. Well, I don't know anything about seasoning. Okay, well, from being out here in the wild, I'm gonna figure out which plants, which areas have the best seasoning or what I can put on my food to make it taste good. Cause I need to eat. That's what men think. Modern women. Anyway, they'll do all of this nonsense and then be wondering why they can't find a man. Good segment, cool.
Oh my God, you're an idiot. You are a legitimate.
You're listening to the argument that led to the firing of one of Dallas County's assistant district attorneys.
I'm asking you politely to please step out of my vehicle.
No, because now I'm pissed the off.
Uber driver Sean Platt says he was driving Texas lawyer Jody Warner home from this bar Friday night when she became upset about directions and began threatening him.
You're so stupid. I want the cops to come so that they can you up.
She kept saying she was assistant DA. Said, who are they going to believe, you or me? So I said, you know what, you're kind of right. So I took out my phone and I recorded it.
He says he pulled over and asked her to get out of the car. When she refused, he called the police.
She actually hit me. It was not how I expected my night to go. Ma'am, please.
No, man, please. Dude, everything's being recorded. I'm an assistant district attorney, so shut the up. I think this might be kidnapping right now, actually.
When the cops arrived, Platt says he declined to press charges.
I'm used to dealing with drunk passengers on a consistent basis.
He should have pressed charges because we're seeing what modern women do when they get power. They try to throw that little badge around. I remember another clip where I think she was also a DA, and the cop put his lights on is what he did. He put his lights on well before she got to her house. She kept driving, drove all the way to her house, parked in the garage, got out, was walking in the house. The cop is behind her the entire time. This man let her walk into the house, walk back out, waltz around. Why are you arresting me? What are you here for? All of these questions and all that talking. I'm the DA, I'm a district attorney, I'm this, I'm that. I don't want to hear any of it. You broke the law. Well, go ahead and record it. I'm recording everything. You're going to get in trouble. This is going to happen to you. Just threats out of nowhere for no reason. The man was just trying to drive you. You should have pressed charges on her. I need you, even if nothing happened, I need you to bring it down a couple notches. I need you to bring it down 2 or 3 rungs. Y'all got to stop thinking that you can say anything and everything and just talk reckless. Just talk reckless. And everybody gonna be okay with it.
There's a creator on here talking about the worst kind of man to date, and those are the men that will literally spend on activities for you both. He will not spend on you unless he's benefiting from it.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I am exactly like this 100%. If this is a turnout to you, don't worry about it. Just keep scrolling, because I am exactly like this. And it's funny because I actually got this mentality from women, because women started coming out with the mentality of stop doing wifely things before being a wife. So I just started to do the same thing in that regard. But I will say both creators didn't specify whether or not you were actually like in a relationship versus dating somebody. Until I actually make you my girlfriend, there is no reason why I'm spending money on you outside of the time we spend together. Because I'm talking about all the time, y'all have normalized rosters. Y'all have normalized people being able to date multiple people at a time until they figure out who's their favorite, whatever the case may be. So in my mind, the way I see it is that why should I be the one whose pockets gotta hurt to fuck with you? I'll let the other guy do it. If we're both getting the same exact thing from you, then why do I gotta waste my time spending all that bread when he could do it? And I always find the message so weird because I feel like it just inflames and manipulates men to start believing the thought that the only way they should be allowed to keep a girl is by spending money.
Somebody in the comments said, it's as if they think we can't see what they post. This is exactly it. They say a lot of silly stuff. They do a lot of silly things, and they think men aren't watching. And this is what you get. Stupidity. Do him like this. Treat him like that. Don't spend no money on him. Don't treat him like anything. Okay, well, I'm not going to be around you. And then you're going to be asking, where are the good men? Why don't men with money come out? Because I know you're using me.
Can someone explain to me how I have 4 degrees and still can't get a job? BA in communication, BA in Spanish, BFA in dance. Get ready for this one. Master's degree in freaking journalism. Mind you, I've gotten laid off not once, not twice, but 3 times in the span of 2 years. So if you're feeling behind, just know you're not alone. Basically, we're all cooked.
A dude in the comments said you majored in everything ChatGPT can do for me in 20 seconds. Another guy said, I'll take the caramel macchiato to go, please. And it's funny because modern women will list off all of these, talking about how they deserve more, and they don't even have a job.
What's making dating so difficult is that women are still unknowingly perpetuating patriarchal ideas when they want a more modern relationship. So I don't care if you want a traditional relationship or if you want a modern day one, but the problem is when you come with such high expectations, wanting both. So a lot of women break the mold of traditional households or dynamics, like I'm the boss ass bitch, I have my own business, I make my own money, I have my own opinions. That is great. You have broken the mold. You better be giving potential partners the same grace. So you're probably not going to be as feminine as women were in the past. So you better be okay with the men you might be dating not being as masculine as they were, because the expectations that people have with men being financial providers and, you know, being able to lead in relationships and be gentlemen and have this chivalrous behavior, those are all ideas and concepts created and perpetuated by the patriarchy. Probably more positive ones, but what people are doing is that they're nitpicking what they like and don't like and treating it like it's a buffet. It's not a buffet, because if you make $300,000 a year, you don't need a man to make more money. You can desire a man to make more money, and that's okay. But you cannot hold men to a standard that you yourself do not meet. And so if you want them to be more traditional and you're not traditional, it is hypocritical. Men have become more passive and more feminized than they have in the past because the conditions aren't set up for them to succeed as easily as they used to. The common man cannot support an entire family off of an average income. It's just not possible. And so while women were developing more skill sets, developing more masculine traits, men were kind of getting a reality check where, oh shit, I am being invited to a level of masculinity that hasn't been required before because the bar has been risen. So a lot of men are struggling to step up and meet those expectations. But if you don't want a traditional life, if you don't want to be a trad wife, that is totally okay. The old paradigm hasn't completely eroded yet. A lot of people still want that, and that's fine. But if you don't want that, you need to be able to adjust your expectations to something new. Relationships aren't going to look like what you're used to. There's a lot of conditioning that women don't know they still have that are perpetuating these things that they claim they don't believe in and that they don't want. There's a lot of modern day feminists still being provided for by a man. Those actions aren't aligning with the belief system. And there's a lot of like hyper independent, business babes that want more traditional setup, but they have a hard time delegating decisions or letting go of control and being able to be more flexible. So when it comes to modern day dating, you better know yourself, because it requires a lot of knowing yourself and identifying your strengths and weaknesses. Modern day relationships looks like, hey, I'm really good in this area, so I will make decisions in this area. You're really good in this area, so you make decisions in that area, and then we'll come together for the rest. You need to be able to know yourself though. You need to be able to be independent, but also emotionally available to have those conversations. Because what people tend to do is like, the moment a partner brings something up that requires them to change, they will like summon like irrelevant, illogical arguments out of thin air. Oh no, you're trying to control me. You're trying to suppress me. I'm an independent woman. Oh wait, you better be providing for me. Like the next day they're like, oh, you better be providing for me and you better be doing X, Y, Z. So they're manipulating and they're weaponizing like old traditional setups to like modern day dating. Like there is no consistency. This is why I'm saying know yourself, because this whole like whiplash thing that you're doing to manipulate someone to not have to change, to not have to decide, is only making you both miserable. A lot of people come into relationships thinking they need things that they don't. We actually have very little needs from another person. We have a lot more desires, but we're calling our desires needs. And that's just not the case.
When she talks about men not being as masculine as they were, essentially what she means is men not doing everything that they used to do. He's still a man. He's still masculine. It's just what y'all consider masculine. Y'all want everybody to go by that thing. Okay, oh, he opens the doors for me. Okay, I'm still opening the doors. Or he pays for the date and he doesn't complain. At some point in time, I would want you to reciprocate. You have your own money. You can buy me a gift. Oh, a man would never expect that. So you're not masculine. No, I am masculine. But back in the day, I expected what my wife could give. My wife could give me children. So that's what I would like. My wife could cook and clean. So that's what I would like. My wife could wash and iron and make clothes and things. She actually make clothes, actually, to be honest with you, or hem and sew and all that stuff. So that's what I would expect from you. Nowadays, you're not necessarily doing that. You're making money. Okay, well, I have money to buy you a gift, so that's what I'm going to do. Fantastic. Great. You cook one day, I cook one day. You clean one day, I clean one day. Or if I like cleaning, I do the cleaning. If you like cooking, you do the cooking. Obviously, there's going to be overlap. Both people should be helping out. But if one is better than the other at something, then it only makes sense that that person continues to do it and not complain about it. The man he never does, and neither will he ever complain about taking out the garbage. That's just one example. He can't complain about mowing the lawn. He can't complain about having to go get the car fixed, pump the gas all the time. That's indefinite. Unless you're by yourself, he always does that indefinitely. Rarely ever in these relationships do women want to drive anymore. A man has to do that. Oh, well, this driving is not a big deal. If it's on a road trip, then yes, it is. If it's me all the time having to go through traffic, tired by the time I get to the party and you're refreshed and you never do anything, then yes, that is a big deal. But of course, they don't see that as important. So they say, well, you're not masculine enough. Just say that you like men and be done with it. Whatever you want to say. But I don't think that I need to be doing everything like I used to because you're not.
How y'all do it? Are y'all working? Yeah, because we're working too. Women are also working. And we still can do things. We still can go on vacations. We can still go out to eat. Why are us women going on vacation with our friends? We're going on vacations with our friends. We're going out to eat with our friends. We're going to do fun things outside with our friends. We're celebrating birthdays with our friends. Where are y'all? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Where are you guys? Where are you? Where do you guys exist?
I mean, a man is doing everything. He's doing all of that, but he's just not doing it in the same areas that you're doing it. Whereas y'all might go to brunch. A man might go with his friends to a bar to watch the game. Might go to the bar to watch a fight. It's not the same. Y'all are not going in the same places, right? So they're outside. They're doing other things. They're just not doing the same thing that you're doing. Why are y'all going on vacation? We went to Colombia. That's where we want to be at. Well, I don't want to go to Colombia. We didn't ask you where you wanted to go. We're telling you where we where we went. Well, we went to Italy and France and all that stuff and Paris, and we really liked it over there. So y'all should come over here. I don't want to go over there. We went as men. We got in a group and we said, hey, we want to go to Colombia. So that's where we went. I mean, God dog, if we decide we want to go to Puerto Rico, if we decide we want to go to the Philippines, if we decide that we want to go to Russia, we can do that. But we don't have to go the same places that you want to go. We don't have to follow you around. Y'all want attention everywhere y'all go. Y'all want men to follow you around everywhere you go. I don't want to do that. I don't have to. We go out to eat, so do we. Man, like y'all be acting like y'all the only ones out here living in the life of a normal, average, everyday person.
Okay, so to all the men in my comment section saying that they don't ask women out anymore because they think they're going to be labeled as creepy or they're going to go straight to jail. I mean, that's okay. Let's not, first of all, generalize entire group of people. No one should ever do that about any group of people. Number one. Number two, if you're totally happy, like not being with a woman again, that's like totally fine. Like go live in your peace. But if you're someone that does want to be with a woman, it does need to be talked about. Clearly, there are a lot of men that feel like women have been like mean to them or like they think they're gonna like go to jail if they ask them out. I mean, there are a few very important questions here. How are you walking up to women? What are you saying? What are you doing? Now, if you're just like a nice guy who's genuinely just interested in someone, you're walking up to them and you're asking them out, and a girl lashes out on you, yeah, that's not cool. And that's where women are part of the problem. So the comments would be a little more insightful if you know, it didn't just say like, all women suck, we don't try anymore. That's really just not gonna help anything unless you genuinely just don't care. So if you could comment on how to bridge the gap better, then that would be awesome. A lot of you are saying like, well, women, you ask us out too. Right, but like also just as you're saying that we should be able to ask you out, you should also equally be able to ask us out. And at the end of the day, I do think this all comes back to confidence. I think it does.
Man, in the comments, because modern women think they have all the answers. Man in the comments said, I've been called last resort, ogre, repulsive, creep, and multiple other things by just saying something along the lines of, just wanted to say you are beautiful and would love to get you dinner. So yeah, kind of giving up even though I don't want to be single. And somebody calls you an ogre, repulsive, last resort. I think modern women don't really understand how rude they can be, right? Modern women are always looking for you to check men that have been rude to them, but they don't check themselves or their mouths or their ego when they're rude to you. Just downright rude. Why are you guys not approaching? You just called me an ogre. You just called me repulsive. But I said, I think you're beautiful. I would like to get you dinner. Are you guys okay? I mean, what do we have going on here?
Men really make dating so complicated when it could all be so simple. Like, how are you gonna hit me up on Thursday asking me to go out on a date on Tuesday? I don't hear from you all weekend, and then on Tuesday morning, you're like replying to my DMs saying, oh, excited for us to go out tonight. Like, literally, what are you talking about? There is no date. I haven't heard from you. I have plans now, aka to be in bed by 8:30. Because I'd rather do that than go out with a man who's gonna remind me on the day of that we're still going out and not text me for 5 days.
What am I missing? What am I missing? I don't know, man. Am I missing something? And she's saying it with her entire chest. Like, yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, I got something to do. What? Be in bed by 8. So, wait a minute. I told you we're going out on Thursday. Or I told you on Thursday we're going out Tuesday. Well, you didn't text me at all throughout the day. I texted you on Tuesday, giving you enough time to get ready. He probably texted her early enough for her to get ready. She didn't have any plans. She just in her mind said, man, I'm too tired. Just say you're too tired. That's it. Just say, oh, I didn't know maybe I was going to have this much work or whatever it was. And now I'm drained. Just say that. Modern women don't seem to ever want to take any accountability. I mean, I think sorry would survive. You don't even have to say sorry. You can just get ready and go on the date.
Am I the asshole for not hosting a party my wife planned earlier this week when I had planned long ago to only play video games this weekend? Okay. I want to preface this. I don't know what is going to be in the story. I do want to preface. I did take the day off of work here when Zelda came out. I did call off of work. I was like, I'm not going in. And I played Zelda for an unhealthy amount of time.
Yeah.
I felt awful.
Good. You should. That's good that you did that.
But I have all 5 sages now.
Good.
Okay, shut up.
Good.
Okay, go.
So Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out today on Nintendo Switch. And I have been looking forward to and planning for this game for years. Zelda has always held a place in my heart where I can escape the mundane of daily life, especially as an adult who works a full-time job, pays the bills, etc. I hear ya. Yeah, dude. Word.
Oh my goodness.
Reba. Now. Okay. No kids in the household. It's just me and my wife. Starting 6 or so months ago, I told my wife that when this game comes out, I would essentially become a hermit and go into a hole for the entire weekend of its release. I would eat, sleep, breathe Zelda. I continued to reiterate to her my plans every time the topic came up, and even more so as the game got closer to release. I took time off of work as I put this on my work calendar as soon as I knew the launch date. Yeah, That's what you do.
Smart man.
Fast forward to earlier this week, I reminded her again that I would essentially disappear this weekend to do what I want to do, which is to play the new game all weekend. She then plans a movie night with a bunch of neighbors for tonight on launch day. I made sure to clean up the house, do the dishes, and even did like 4 loads of laundry and reorganize the linen closet in preparation for this weekend. The time for the party rolled around and I took a break from playing, made all the popcorn and set everything up in our home theater for her and then went back to playing my game. As guests showed up, I welcomed them in and showed them the way to the theater room and continued to play my game. When the movie was over, I greeted them again as they left, and then I helped clean up the kitchen on another short break. Fast forward to now, my wife is mad at me for playing my game downstairs while she hosted the movie night alone. She said it was weird and stupid that I couldn't carve out a couple hours for this movie night. It's just a stupid video game, she is saying. I reminded her that I made my plans for this weekend months ago and that what I did doesn't contradict what I've been telling her I would do for months now. So am I the asshole for playing my new game while she hosted the movie night?
I think we all know the answer to this. No. No, you're not. You've more than communicate. You've over communicated what your plans have been. That movie night wasn't even thought about. Wasn't even thought about. It's not even coming. It's not even on its way. And she knew that. This is what a lot of women would call weaponized incompetence. That's what they would call, but I guess it doesn't apply to modern women. You knew that the man wanted to play this. The man took off. He probably told you, I took off time in order for this to happen. What probably happened is a scheduling conflict. You know, I don't want to say that what she did was intentional, but what she probably did was because it wasn't important to her, she forgot the date. And so she said, hey, when is everybody free? I want to do a movie night. That release date probably coincided on the day that she wanted to do the movie night. And so she said, oh, sounds like a great day. Everybody can do it. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's do it. He says, oh, by the way, remember later on, when I'm still going to be, the launch date is now, I'm going to be playing Zelda. And, you know, once again, well, he just told her, yeah, I know. But because it doesn't matter to her, out of sight, out of my mind, I don't care about it. Right. So when the day comes, he's saying, okay, they're having conversations about this the whole time. When the day is rolling around, he's saying, man, why did you do this? How come that you already knew I was going to do this? And they talked about it back and, oh, just please help me do this. Oh, please help me do it. And he was trying to be a good husband. So he went on and helped her. Okay, I'll set up, I'll clean up around the house before, because I'm a good husband. Before everything happens, you guys go up there, do your thing. I'm going to be down there playing the game. That to me is pure bliss. It's pure bliss. You're out there with your friends doing whatever you're doing. I'm down in the basement or something, playing my game. I got my stuff. I got my food. Bruh, ain't nobody bothering me. Afterwards, if you want me to come up and help for a couple of minutes or a couple of 30 minutes to clean up, he did that. I run upstairs. Hey, everybody take it easy. Have a good night. Get home safe. All right, Sarah, tell Jack I said hey. And go and clean up and go back downstairs. Man, bruh, that he did everything he was supposed to do. He did everything that he was, and more. And then she still complained. Modern women, this. God bless him. God bless him.
This is just a rant for the single people who don't want to freaking be single. I'm exhausted. I've been on Tinder since I think it came out in 2016. I've tried multiple dating apps. I've tried, when I used to have friends, I used to try it that way. And I'm really sick and tired of the people just downplaying, like, well, being in a relationship isn't that great, or it'll come to you if you stop looking for it. Shut the fuck up. I've stopped because I don't have any hope. And even when I was looking for it, it didn't matter. Every fucking bullshit cliche someone has to say about you not finding love pisses me off. They don't know what it feels like to be unpicked, to be the fat best friend, to be the one that the person asks, not about you, but about your friend. To constantly be invisible. I just want to know what it feels like once. To constantly be the one 3 a.m. text because you're ashamed to be seen with me. I just want to know what it feels like to be mutually loved. And for the people who are saying it's not all what it's cracked up to be and all that shit and all the fights, you're doing your relationship wrong. If there's that many faults and everything, then break the hell up. You're not meant to be together. End of story. And you're not meant to just... I'm just so tired. You're not meant to air your grievances that won't even matter in my relationships because I don't give a shit. I'm so freaking easygoing. I don't care. I don't care about a lot of crap. But you people are just, you care about like the dumbest shit. Like, oh, well, he's not going on a healthier diet, so now I'm really pissed at him. Who gives up? Stop trying to change people. You fell in love with them for a reason. Stay in love. What the hell's wrong with you? Stop trying to change people. The people that are in love or have love, found love, and I quote that because I don't think it's real love, they don't deserve it. They are so completely undeserving. They complain at every fucking turn. I would die to be in a fight with my significant other. Just to feel that, like, I'm not saying like fighting is healthy in relationships, but it does happen. And I want that. It's normal. For the people who are saying it's not, and it sucks, try being involuntarily single for about 10 years. Really gets to you, really makes you feel like the bottom of the barrel, the piece of shit, the fucking nobody that nobody ever would want. I don't know. I'm too shy, I'm too weird. I need patient people. There aren't many of those in the world anymore. Because of my autism and my agoraphobia and my social anxiety, it's gonna take me a fucking minute to text you and get to know you a little bit and then be like, okay, I feel safe with this person to go out. Or if we meet in real life, I'm never going up to you in the first place because of the severe rejection habits and patterns that I've gone through. I don't need the extra, you're not good enough anymore. I don't need that anymore. It sucks to not be good enough for the person you want to be good enough for. It's exhausting, but hey. Keep complaining instead of breaking up and trying to find the one that actually is your one. I'm so sick and tired of these stupid people in relationships saying it's not all what it's cracked up to be and it all sucks and yada yada. Then why the fuck are you in one? Let the person go so that someone else can have a chance. You're all sick.
Well, I would say just kind of taking a look at your profile, it seems like you're kind of like of the woke ideology, right? And when you have that ideology, everything is a little bit more fluent. So it's kind of hard for everybody to get on the same page as to what they like. It's hard for everybody to get on the same page when you have a defined way of thinking, when you have defined goals. But when you're just kind of all over the place, I don't really think there's going to be a lot of commitment. Does that make any sense? Because we're just friends. We're just kind of vibing. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the closeness of somebody without necessarily the title of it. You're looking for your person without necessarily having the restrictions of society on it, if that makes any sense. Well, I mean, and sometimes that's good. Sometimes society tells you to do things and expects you to be things that it just doesn't fit who you are. But when you're too loose with what you're looking for, I think she said, well, somebody said in a comment, what happened to we don't want men or something like that. We don't need men is what they said. And she said, well, I'm queer. So I like men, I like women, trans, non-binary, basically, they, them, that sort of thing. You think because you expand your options, well, I could go for a man or a woman. I can go trans, I could go non-binary, I can go anybody. I'm just looking for somebody, and she said, that matches my aesthetics, which I'm into spooky stuff. I'm into people with tattoos. I'm looking for somebody that matches my morals. And she said something else, which, you know, morals, okay, aesthetic, it all sounds great. But if you don't really have anything nailed down, if that makes any sense, it's kind of like nobody's ever going to define anything. It's just going to be you guys hanging out, a good friend to hang out with. And it's never really going to move beyond anything other than that. But we just hung out for a time and then we went our separate ways. It was good in the moment. It was good in the moment. And you see that ideology creep in with modern women, even though they might not look like you. They might not have the nose ring. They might not be more expressive or as expressive as you, but they still have the same mindset as, well, I'm just vibing. And when the vibe is over, I move along. This is why men are walking away. This is why you can't find a partner, because of that mindset. Well, you know, I can take it or leave it or this and that. And I just want to feel it. Yeah. Most modern women say the same thing. I just want one time to feel like somebody actually loves me and cares about me for who I am. I'm telling you, you're not alone in that. Modern women want that same thing. But are you going to do what you need to do to get it? Men, a lot of times, have structure and they work off. It's not perfect, but they work off the structure. The thing is, when a man says, okay, this is what I have for you, modern women don't want to be bothered with that. They reject the structure. Oh, I want to be free to be my own person. Not realizing that once you get in structure, you can float freely because you understand, okay, I know there's a safety net. I know there's something that's going to keep me. I know there's something that's going to hold me. My husband says I can't wear this out, but you know, I can still go out and hang out with my friends. I just can't be out here accepting drinks from men. I can still go out and party. But now that he knows, let me tell you how this structure helps you. When you go out and you're hanging out with your friends, he sees that you don't got nothing crazy on. He knows how you are. He knows that you're not out here letting men buy you drinks and all that other nonsense. And he's seen you in action when a man comes up to you and you, no, sir, I'm not interested. Well, I have a man. You see, I have a ring. And the man gets pushy on you. Now the man can fly into action and he can say, no, I know my wife is doing the right thing. You need to back up. And that's the protection you get from doing but you were still able to go to the club. You were still able to have fun with your friends. You were still able to go out and get that release. You just did it within a structure, right? You want to go out and you know what? The point is, y'all have to learn to start operating within a structure.
If you proclaim yourself an independent woman, but you still want a traditional man, a man who's going to pay most, if not all, your bills, aren't you using them because you're capable of paying your own bills, but you want someone else to pay your bills? Shouldn't you want that 50-50 guy instead? I don't know. What do you guys think?
So a woman here decided to try to take a crack at answering her question. And she says, I'm an independent woman. So let me see if I can try to answer what you're asking. She says a couple of points. It's important to live below your means, whether you're single or in a relationship. Okay. Bills aren't the only responsibility required to run a household. I agree with that. You also have to build a future and a portfolio. She says we enjoy nice things, long vacations, and we're also intentional about saving and investing. I earn just as much, if not more than him, depending on the year, but I don't pay our fixed expenses, which allows me to focus on all the other areas we're trying to grow in. what you mean to say is that you're not codependent on him necessarily. Like you're not dependent on him. You can still think for yourself. This is what a lot of men want. Exactly that. Somebody who knows how to move around in society. A lot of these women do this little trope where they act like a damsel in distress. Oh, just go to Home Depot and act like you don't know what you're doing and this and that. That's great if you want to get somebody in the door, but you need to bring value. Like you can't continue to do this little, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Tee hee hee hee. Can you paint the entire house in a day? That's not going to work. Oh, I don't know how to work my bank account or my bank card. How about you just pay for it? That's not going to continue to work, right? She goes on to say here, mutually beneficial doesn't necessarily, because people are, kind of talking to her. And she goes on to say mutually beneficial doesn't necessarily mean equal. Someone will always carry more of the load, which is usually the man, depending on the day. He maintains a steady income while my business gets larger deposits, but not as consistently, which is why we live off of his income. One example is I paid off both of our debts when we were dating and covered the down. Now see, look, when we were dating, as far as I'm concerned, as far as a lot of men are concerned, we're straight, we're even, because you're actually giving an exchange, a valuable exchange. What y'all are doing is smart. Okay, my income is up and down. So in order for us to be stable and make sure we got money in the account, yours is stable, it's steady. We keep on, kind of having you pay the bills. And then when I get that deposit, it's kind of like getting a multiple income tax checks, and basically multiple refunds. That's what y'all are doing. Okay, take that refund, put it on this, put it on that. She says, when we were dating, I covered the down payment on our home, land, and he pays the mortgage. That'll work. He says, I handle the taxes, insurance, utilities, repair costs, and the majority of the home improvements. I also cover routine groceries and house supplies. He pays for most dates and fun local activities. I pay for vacations and large purchases in cash, like his truck, appliances, etc. Our mindset is give and take while moving as a unified force. Everything you said, a man is not going to argue with. From what it sounds like, y'all are doing it perfectly.